Welcome to the Ask Coach Mac podcast, where coaches from around the world get their strength and conditioning questions answered.
What's up, guys? Ron McKeefery here, and welcome to episode number 41 of Ask Coach Mac. Thank you so much for joining me today. We have a great question from Zack, but before we get to that, I want to thank today's sponsor, Iron Grip. Iron Grip is the largest provider of commercial free weight equipment worldwide and the only manufacturer with a line exclusively American-made free weight equipment. Their equipment can be found in premier fitness facilities in over 60 countries, including 3 facilities I've put together. They are an industry leader and my go-to choice for bars, plates, and dumbbells. For more information, go to irongrip.com, follow them on Twitter, or call Chris DeSanto at 509-230-3124. All right, here's today's question from Zack.
Hey, Coach Mac. This is Zack Cook, head strength and conditioning coach at West Virginia State University. Hope you're doing well. I'm having some of my sport coaches ask me to create programs for some of their family members who might not have a strength and conditioning program to follow or a strength coach at either their high school or college. I'd like to be able to help them out in any way I can, obviously. I'm just not sure how best to go about it, if it's even legal within NCAA rules, and if it is, how best to go about that to make sure that I can offer the service I want to while still being able to keep it within NCAA regulations. Thank you very much.
Zack, this is a good question, and this is something I've fought with throughout my career. I mean, it's we have a heart as strength coaches to want to give back to anybody and everybody, and that includes the people that we work with, and so I think there's definitely a tons of positives to create programs for staff that comes down that are looking for training programs or their children or administration or whatever. You're building relationships. You're demonstrating what you do on a daily basis. It's a way to give back, and it's an opportunity for your coaches, your interns to coach. And so what I would typically do in those situations is I would use it as an opportunity for me to teach our interns. I'd have them come up with the program. I would go through it, give them critique and feedback, and then I would have them present it to the coaches. And what that would do is it would not only give them an opportunity to learn how to program design, but it also give them an opportunity to get in front of the coach or an administrator that may potentially be a future employer for that intern. And so I thought it was a double benefit there. And then when coaches would come down and or administrators that would want workouts, I got to a point where early on, I would fight that. I wouldn't want them coming in there when we weren't around. I would set hours to the weight room. And kind of put them on their own, just give them something and let them go, because you're busy. It's hard to do that. But, there's some strategic opportunities there. For example, at Eastern, we would have our athletic director work out with our staff. And that led to lots of positive opportunities, to show them what we do, to demonstrate our abilities, to demonstrate our effectiveness, and provided opportunities for us to discuss things organically that would come up, whether it be maybe a flooring issue, maybe it was a piece of equipment that we were looking for, or water fountain, or cleanliness of the bathrooms, or all those little things. By her being down there, or by other administrators coming down and being around, it naturally just kind of became important to them because they were in the environment. When you're removed from an environment, it becomes tough for you to really understand. When you're getting hit from lots of different areas, and so I would embrace those. I also give it an opportunity for our staff to get to know those administrators by taking them through, or those coaches by taking them through, and so. I see tons of positives. I would encourage you to do it. Obviously, you can't do it at the expense of your athletes, and you just need to make that very clear. You don't want to make it at the expense of your family, and so finding creative ways to do that through interns, through staff, I think is an important step. Now, concerns that you may have. First, NCAA rules, you can't provide programs for any recruitable athlete. So if their kids are, a sophomore on up through high school, they're a recruitable athlete, and so you can't provide programs for them. Now, what you can do in that scenario is you can provide a program to their parent and have them give that program to their child. But as far as you taking them through and you giving it directly to them, you can't do that. The other concern is going to be liability. And you really basically just cover that with a signed waiver. If they're under 18 years old, you want to get it signed by their parents, and you want to make sure that waiver is approved by your legal counsel prior to handing it out. And then at least then you've done everything that you can to cover yourself and the university from any kind of potential liability. And unfortunately, that's just the world that we live in. And so overall, I think it's a great thing to do if you have the opportunity, you have the staff, and you have the time. But the main thing is making sure that it's not taken away from anything that you have going on. And so, Zach, I hope that answers your question. We'd love to hear what everyone else thinks. Use the hashtag AskCoachMac41 to continue the discussion over on Twitter. Zach, thanks for your question. I want to encourage everyone else that if you have a question that you would like to potentially be featured on the show, head over to AskCoachMac.com. There you can ask your question by hitting the record button at the bottom of the page. Thanks so much. I appreciate you. Here's a quote to finish off the day by H. Jackson Brown. Remember that the happiest people are not those getting more, but those giving more. Take care, guys. I'll see you in the next episode of Ask Coach Mac. Bye for now.